Welcome to another episode of The Best Revenge is Good Living podcast. Now, your host, Larry Oaks.
Yes, finally back. It's been a few weeks getting this thing going for 2020. We got caught up there at the end of December, dealing with some family issues, and then we had some more happen here in January. But back at it, back in the studio, and it's just a great time to be alive. Great time to be, just doing the things that you can do and take advantage of here with all the different platforms, with the ease at you can do this kind of stuff right here, and this is just something that just makes me happy, man, to where you can just put your thoughts out there. You can talk to whoever is out there listening, and just get things off your chest, man. And it's just a great time to be here. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of stuff going on in politics, a lot of things going on, here in the United States with the economy, just to be in business. I'm so excited for 2020. It's not my first time. I've started and done many businesses in my time here on this planet, but doing a podcast, doing a couple other ventures that I have going on with some clothing, also getting into creating another company, incorporating in another company with me and some people, and just excited, man, to be able to be here. But I wanted to start out today being the topic being just the stuff that's going on, just being so fake. Everything. I mean, you have the alternative media and the alternative sources of information out there, but all this, I know you've heard it, like with Trump and the people, the alternative fake media with, like CNN, MSNBC, the Washington Post, all these left leaning outfits, but they are just they're just a part of it. I know, and I hope that that everything that you see on television is scripted. Everything that you see on that television, there's some type of a script. There's some type of narrative that they're pushing. There's some type of angle that they're trying to get at. From the movies to the music to the Super Bowl. I watch a Super Bowl, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm a San Francisco 49ers fan since the early '80s. And man, I was watching this, and I'm not a fanatical fan by any means. I love football, I love baseball, basketball, soccer. I mean, I can appreciate sports, being an athlete, and seeing the talent that these folks have. I'm not. I can't say that I'm a Mahomes fan. I seen the fanfare. I seen the way everybody was building him up. I guess he's the MVP this year. I'm not 100%, and I'm not taking away from his talent, because obviously you have to be at a high level of skill and he's put the work in to get to where he's at. But what I don't like is the people in the background, is the things that are being done in order to put this person on a pedestal or put him on an icon or celebrity. It bothers me when people put so much stock into celebrity or stars or just men and women in general, because we're all here for a short amount of time. And it's like, if you're ever around people that are celebrity, if you don't understand um, that it's a facade, that it's a persona, that it's that they are different people when they're not on screen and when they're not doing the jobs that they're paid to do. And that's what they're doing, is they're getting paid to portray a certain thing, and they're getting paid to read words, and they're getting paid to act. And in my opinion, that's why most albums, when it comes to music, the first album, when you see a group, their first album is typically always their best album. And in my opinion, the reason being is that when you're getting into when you're doing whatever it is that you love, whether it's music, acting, comedy, dance, and whatever it is that you love to do, you don't have any connections. Your mom or dad or your somebody close to you isn't plugged in, and you are not from the business, and you're just doing something that you love, and people are taking a liking to it, and they feel something about it. You're putting your soul and your heart and who you are into it, because you're trying to get on. And there's all these people, these I call them entities, that are laying in the wings, that use these people to get ahead, and to profit, and you're seeing it now. If you in 2020, if you don't know what I'm talking about, to where you hear about these bad contracts, and you heard about them way back in the 50s and earlier, all the way up into the 80s and 90s. But nowadays, if you're getting into a deal where you're getting with some type of label or entertainment, management, or any of these things, and you get into a deal to where you're giving up your rights, whatever they are, publishing, marketing, likeness, name, image, whatever it is, man, that's on you, because you've seen the forerunners, you've seen the independents, whether you paid attention or not, or you plugged into that or not, they've been out there, and I thank God that for whatever reason, I've always been of that independent mind, that independent hustle and grind. I'd rather create my thing and put it out there on my own, use my own money, and even if it's 1,000 units that I move on my own, I'm going to be making way more of everything than moving 1 million for somebody else, because and so you're hearing it. I was hearing Gene Deal. I was watching the Gene Deal show, and he got into it with Mase on the telephone, and just to hear Mase and what he was saying, and misconstruing the words that were being said by Gene, speaks volumes, but back to the Super Bowl, man, I seen the priming, right? And so you have to understand the signs. You have to understand the hypnosis and the mind control, basically the way that they're trying to get you to acquiesce and to say, make it to be that it was your thought, or because your subconscious, it won't accept lies. It won't accept lies. And when you got that inner voice, or you got that something ain't right feeling, it's because your subconscious is calling bullshit, right? It's calling bullshit. And I seen the priming. Every little break, they're showing Mahomes. They're showing Kansas City cheering, right? Over in wherever they're at, the big crowd. And we, if you watch the game, you saw it. And they will show a couple of little things of San Francisco, but they weren't commentating the way that they were commentating for this kid, and I'm not, no disrespect, and take it how you want to take it, but dude's a little sweet. You're gonna see, in my opinion, you're gonna see in the future that this dude, and there ain't nothing wrong with being gay or being in the LGBT or whatever the case may be. I know people. I've got family members. I'm not bashing it, but I just don't like I don't like the way that society is trying to shame people who don't believe in homosexuality, right? Who don't. I mean, whatever you do at home with whoever you do it with, who cares? Who cares? Do whatever you do. Why you gotta, but it's so blatant, man, that he was that Kansas City was gonna win, and that you get some a few penalties here and a few penalties here that change up the dynamic, and it doesn't. You don't have to control everybody. If you control the people at the top, you can make everybody else. You can make them do what you want them to do, right? If you don't have to control the cop on the beat. If you control the police chief, you got it in the bag, because the police chief sets the bar. He comes out and he talks to his captains, and the captains come out and talk to the lieutenants, and the lieutenants talk to the sergeants, and the sergeants give it to the beat cop. And that beat cop, he's just following orders, man. Same with the military. John Todd gave his testimony, in the 70s. And if you ain't never peeped game on what he was saying, it's all playing out. I mean, and these are just a few people that have gave you that inside scoop, that inside story. And I just don't like how they're pushing all these, I seen this Yummy video with Bieber. He's got the makeup on, and the lip gloss, and he's in pink. And all right. Okay. If that's what you do, that's what you do. Lil Wayne, man, he's probably addicted to that syrup, whatever it is, or whatever, man, because he don't look good either, and having, addiction problems, or abusing these drugs that they got out there, man. It's out there. I've had good, when meth hit the scene, in the early 90s, I lost some real good friends, man, to that, and some of them haven't come back. Some of them, thanks be to God, they've come back. They kicked it, but it's a beast, but they're pushing this agenda. I've been talking about this. I mean, I know I'm only starting this podcast, but it's a reason why I'm doing it, to ventilate, and just and put my little stamp out there on what I've been saying, right? And people that know me, they'll validate what I'm saying. And it's there's an agenda, and you see it with all the pedophiles, right? Thousands of pedophiles in the last 3 years that have been, arrested or have been outed, and you hear about Weinstein, and you hear about, Spacey, and you hear about, these different celebrities and stars and just regular folks, CEOs. How many CEOs have resigned in 2019? Anybody know? Thousands. Thousands. How many politicians? Now, how many politicians do you know that if they've got a winning deal, right? These dudes are going in there to get that money, right? It's the only reason why they're going into politics, for the power and the money, right? And why are they resigning? Why are they not seeking re-election? Right? We're in an election year. 2020 is an election year, right? Same people pushing this LGBT, pushing these communist agendas, these socialist agendas, right? But they all got money. They all got power. They all got platforms. They all have backers, right? And so what I'm saying here is, this is a great time to be alive, because you have the ability to connect in a way that you could never do before. There's so much truth out there, and there's so much ability to tap into success, tap into happiness, spread success and happiness. And it doesn't take much. Everybody's different. Everybody likes to do things differently. But I'm just excited, man, for the potential that there is. And so I'm here to say that no matter who you are, where you're from, what you're doing, now's a great time to get tapped in and stand up for what you believe. Whatever it is you believe, we have the freedom of speech. You don't have to agree with what I'm saying. I don't have to agree with what you're saying. But we should respect each other. We should hear each other out. I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. I know what I know. I've been on this earth 48 years, and the things that I've been through aren't the same as this person. And people might take offense by what I'm saying about certain celebrities or certain people, but at the same token, can you really say what I'm saying? Can you give me a debate, or give me your side? And whether it sways me or not, that's not the point. It's that we have the ability, through these different social medias, through these different platforms, this different technology, to be who we want to be, get some of that advertising money. Because if you don't know, I'm going to tell you, the money has been, and will always be in advertising. That it'll be advertising, no matter what I think, no matter what I talk about here, and whatever I say, at the end of the day, if you can put some content out there and get some eyeballs looking, or get some controversy, or get, just people popping in and growing an audience, because they either like your personality, or they like what you're saying, or they want to learn, and you're bringing value, and you get them eyeballs, that's where the money's at. And it's just like, let me get in here. So here I am. And with this entertainment stuff, and people putting so much stock in sporting events, and the stuff on TV, these programs on television, I highly suggest that you cut back on that type of stuff. That you start putting in some time and I guess who I'm speaking to here, who I'm talking to, because my what I want to do, what I get joy in is helping people who are maybe kind of struggling in life, or maybe looking for something in life. They haven't really figured out what their purpose is, other than working their 9 to 5 and just getting by. You know, I started out talking about, kind of like negative things about how things are controlled. But if you don't understand how you're being controlled, how all the things that you're seeing and all the things that are going on around you are working, the color schemes, right? The symbolism, the the narratives, the people that you're looking to for your information. Most people are going on Twitter, or they're going on Facebook, Instagram, or some type of social platform where they're getting the information. They're not actually doing the research themselves. So what I do is, everything that I do it's found, this foundation is based on that we don't toil with flesh and blood. We toil with principalities that are being controlled by the dark one, right? By the king, by the God of this earth. And when you start from that platform, and you begin to understand, and it comes with experience, it comes with education, it comes with research, but it's a platform that that when you have that key, and you start looking at the world from when you hear somebody, and that's even coming from me. When you hear someone speaking, and you give them your time, and you're kind of checking it out, because we all are striving for truth. We're all striving for help, to a helping hand, right? We're all looking for something or someone to help us get to the next level, and write the next chapter in our life. And I think that where you should start is to realize that everything around you is being scripted, and being, you're being angled to a certain way, for a reason. And it's not that person next to you, and that person's whatever their background is, or their color. I think we were seeing that, right? And I started talking about the letters, but it goes for people of different religions, people of different colors, people of different beliefs. At the end of the day, we're all brothers and sisters, right? We're all human beings. We're all made up of the same thing. We're all souls. And when we start treating each other and we start believing that we're better for whatever reason, because I got a nicer car, or I got a nicer job, or I got more money, because them Federal Reserve notes, they ain't nothing but paper, right? When you start seeing what's really going down, then you're going to start to be able to elevate yourself, and start to do something in life and help others with truth, and I think that's really the angle that I'm going at on this show today, is that I'm just so excited for the future. I'm so excited for the possibilities of where I'm going, because at the end of the day, we all want to make a living, right? And I still have a 9 to 5. I'm doing good as far as my day-to-day life goes, and my family and all these things like that. But I want to start. The difference between people being successful and people getting by and people being impoverished is that successful people, they have multiple streams of income coming in. They have multiple streams of income coming in. So you want to be able to take advantage of all the technology and all the stuff that we're living in, that we have access to, and create multiple streams. Multiple streams coming in. Use your creative abilities. Use your creative mind. And your creative mind is your conscious mind, right? When you're conscious, you are here. You're living in the right here and now, in the present. And when you're present, that is who you really are. That is when you're showing the world who you really are. That when you're interacting with a man or a woman, or who, when you're building relationships, you're interacting with people, and you're conscious. You're not thinking. You're being authentic. You're being who you are. You're living in the moment, and that's where you want to be. You want to be here in the moment, because we're not guaranteed anything in this life. We're not guaranteed anything. We could all be gone in the snap of a finger. So we have to be grateful and thankful, and we have to treat each other the way we want to be treated. We have to bring value to others. We have to take advantage of every opportunity that we have. We need to be in the here and now and use our creative mind and reprogram our subconscious mind that we've been programmed and replaying these personalities and these people that we all grew up with, whether it be our parents, whether it be influential people that were close to us when we were in that theta mode or delta mode, when we're recording our persona, who we are. We need to start taking some steps to realize and see the narratives and the directions that these powers that be are leading us, so that we can free up our mind. We can sleep easy at night. We can let the stress off the shoulders. Stress is that silent killer. Get that stress off your shoulders, man. Don't carry around baggage that you don't need to carry around. Don't carry around that guilt that we all carry around for whatever reasons we do. That's not yours to carry. We can't make other people happy. We can only make ourselves happy. And write down your goals. There's something about putting that pen to paper. There's something about saying it out loud that's powerful. And there's research, and there's data proving that also. So for this episode today, I'm just saying, man, take advantage of 2020. This is going to be a great year. This is a time to start setting the foundations for what it is that you want to do for the next 10, 15, 20 years, depending on your age and what you got going on. Man, just get excited, be happy, accept people for who they are. And if you can't accept them for who you are, don't have them around you. Cut the negative out. No matter who they are or what they are. If they're negative, if they're bringing negative energy into your life, cut them out. Get some of that 4-3-2 hertz. If you don't know what the 4-3-2 is, get some of that, man, and get that good energy coming in. Start learning about resonance. Start learning about consciousness. Start being positive. And don't fall for the lies that are being told you. You're great. I'm great. But that doesn't make us better than anyone. So for the best revenge is good living. I'll see you guys in the next episode. And, keep doing the good work. I'm going to take us out with my little outro. Peace. life, the best revenge is good living. This has been another Pure Entertainment production. All names have been changed to protect the innocent. Remember to like, share, subscribe to that bitch. Peace.